Okay, well, hello everybody, and welcome to my video blog, which I'm trying to revive. So hopefully I will keep it up, but we'll see. Part of the reason I'm starting the video blog up again is because I just got a new webcam, and also because I got a new computer. So I feel like this might make it easier for me to do a video blog now instead of having to use my laptop, which already has a built-in camera. Alright, so for the camera I decided to go with the C270. It's a Logitech camera. With tax it was about $33. The only problem with most of the most recent Logitech cameras is they don't work too well with Mac. They're designed to work with PCs. So that kind of brings me to my new computer. I got the new Mac Mini that was just refreshed this month. It's really neat that Apple dropped the price down by $100, so it's $500 for the basic model, and that was perfect for me because I already have a laptop that's really powerful that I can use for games. But I wanted something that I could use just for writing and research and school stuff and work stuff. So I feel more comfortable having the Mac for that because I know that it's pretty reliable and I'm not going to have to worry about crashes, and of course the iWork software, which is Pages, Keynote, Numbers, which is sort of like Apple's answer to Microsoft Office. The Mac software is really nice, especially Pages, because my favorite feature is that every keystroke you make automatically saves a file to iCloud. So I don't have to worry about hitting the save button if I shut down the computer or if for some reason it does crash. Everything I do is automatically saved. So that's really neat. I still like Microsoft Office and I still use that for other things. But Pages is just nice, and it seamlessly syncs with my iPhone and iPad and works really well. I wouldn't mind having the Word app for both my Apple devices and my Mac, but that you have to pay for the subscription, the 365 subscription to get the iPhone and iPad apps. So I do have Microsoft Office for Mac too, so if I for some reason need to do something with Word, I can. I'm more familiar with Word, I have more experience with it, so sometimes it's just easier to use Word. But for my writing, basically I'm using Pages. Okay, so just in case you guys don't know much about the Mac Mini, I'm just going to go through the tech specs for the model that I got. It has a 1.4 gigahertz dual-core Intel Core i5 processor. It can turbo boost up to 2.7 gigahertz, which is pretty good. Compared to my laptop, I have an i7 Intel. I believe it's 2.3, 2.4 gigahertz, and that can turbo core up to about like 3.3, 3.4. So it's pretty fast, even with the i5 on here, and it's only 2 cores. The operating system works pretty fast, so I don't really worry too much about slowdowns. I mean, there's an occasional issue where the software isn't loading too well, but for the most part, it's pretty efficient. It has a 500 gigabyte hard drive. I just went with a standard one, not a solid state, because it was going to be too much money. Solid state would definitely make this operating system boot faster, but I would say that the Mac Mini probably boots in about 30 to 40 seconds, which is not bad for a computer. I'm used to my laptop, it boots in about 8 to 10 seconds, so it's a little bit of an adjustment, but it's not really a big deal. It has 4 gigs of memory, and my laptop has 8 gigs. I think 4 gigs is enough for just what I'm doing now. I'm not really playing any games on it or using any heavily intense software, so I don't think I'm going to be using up all my resources, so I shouldn't be using up all that RAM either. It's the Intel HD Graphics 5000, so some games will work okay on it. I tried playing The Sims 3. I have the settings all the way down at a resolution of 800 by 600, and it runs flawlessly that way, but it doesn't look too good. I haven't tried raising the settings or anything because I really don't care. I'm not going to be playing games like I said before. It's really small, so it's great for a desktop. It's still pretty portable, so you can take it to someone's house if they have a TV and just hook it up through the HDMI. Of course, there's also adapters you can plug in DVI and VGA devices into it. As far as displays, it looks great on my TV. I have a 32-inch Panasonic 3D TV, and it supports a display of 2560 by 1600 pixels. So that's at millions of colors. That's pretty good. Of course, you have the Thunderbolt digital video, which I won't be using. It does do 1080p at 60 Hz. It has 4 USB ports, and that's the 3.0 standard. It has 2 Thunderbolt ports, HDMI, a gigabit Ethernet. It has wireless as well, Bluetooth. It has a SD card slot and an audio in and a headphone jack. It does have the new wireless AC standard, so it's up to date as far as wireless speeds. And it's really cool because it just has a simple power cord like a normal computer, so you don't have a big bulky power supply or that brick hanging around. It's kind of neat. So another thing that's neat, a lot of programs come free with the Mac, like iPhoto, Maps, and of course the Pages and the word processing stuff, and iTunes, and so that's pretty neat. Okay, so finally I'm going to come back to the video camera again. The reason I chose this Logitech camera was because it was inexpensive, and from what I read about it, I was told it would work, and I have it plugged in now, and I'm using it now for this blog, and it works pretty well. The only problem, of course, is, like I said before, it's not designed for the Mac, so none of the Logitech software works on the Mac. I plugged it into my PC and I installed the Logitech software, and so there are some neat things, some features you can use that you can't use on the Mac, like it can track your face and move its position based on your face and stuff like that, which is kind of neat. But all in all, I think for the price and the fact that it works pretty well on the Mac, I think it's worth it. The only thing is I tried iMovie and it doesn't see the camera, so basically what I'm doing is I'm using Photo Booth to make this video, and then I will be loading up the video into iMovie and editing and fixing it up and get it ready for uploading. Now the Logitech camera I got is 720p, so that's still technically HD. You could probably buy the more expensive Logitech camera that has 1080p and it would probably work just the same, but then again you're going to be missing out on a lot of features, so I'd say you're just better off getting the more affordable camera and just using that. Unless you're using you want to do real professional stuff, then you might want to check out the 1080p one, because it's probably going to be better quality. Okay, well that's the end of this installment of my video blog. I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned. I should be having some more blogs in the future. Thank you. Bye.